valedictorian for the class of 2017. We're incredibly proud of this young lady. She is no stranger to adversity, and through all the ups and downs, she's made it to this moment, and we are so thrilled for her. We can't wait to see how you pursue your dreams and accomplish all your goals. Autumn Matthew.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming and providing support for your graduate to get them where they are today. I've only met a select few from this graduating class, but I still find myself proud of every single one of you because I know how tough finishing high school can really be. I'd like to thank the staff of Blueprint Education for all that they do for their students. When I first started at Hope High School Online, I was hesitant with my ability to finish the school with this school because online classes were not my style of learning. In no time, I soon realized that the staff is very welcoming, involved, and does whatever it takes to get us to this day. Personally, I would like to thank Elizabeth for being a big ball of positivity and sharing your story with me the first time we met. It truly was inspirational and it kept me going. Ashley, thank you for showing me that dropping out of high school over a math class was a silly idea. Ms. Jenkins, thank you for all the tutoring you did with me, even though it wasn't for your course. Ms. Jillian, thank you for always giving me that boost of encouragement every time I needed it when I came in for an exam. Lastly, I would like to thank Principal Horn for always seeing potential in me and giving me many second chances. All these women made it possible for me to be here today. And aside from the encouraging staff of Hope High School Online, I would like to thank my best friend Liz and her family for sticking by my side and always welcoming me with arms wide open. A huge thank you to my gorgeous girlfriend Daniela for never giving up on me and being my biggest supporter. Lastly, I would like to send a huge thank you to my brother Orion, who has done nothing but take care of me, for making me the independent person I have become today and always being my guardian angel. In his honor, I wear the same cap and gown he wore in his graduation. One of my favorite poets once said, "You may not be able to control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." I have always envisioned myself graduating high school in 4 years, but over these 4 years, I have learned to take each day at a time. I learned that not everyone's supposed to live the same lifestyle or hit milestones at the same time in their life. As I stand up here at the age of 20, and 5 years later, I received this diploma with high gratitude, not because it's over, but because I had the opportunity to learn at my own pace. Every single one of us has our own stories and our own struggles. I've learned it's not about how fast you finish the race, but that you finish despite everyday struggles. Receiving my diploma after 5 years doesn't make me any less smart than those that finished in 4, but that I finished despite life's ugly curveballs. Graduates, please don't compare yourself to others. Don't be afraid to take a break or the road less traveled. Don't be afraid to do what it is that makes you happy. One day when you reach your goal, you'll be more than thankful you took the route you needed or wanted to take rather than conform to the rest around you. Graduates, please remember that tomorrow is a new day. Don't forget to have fun, do what truly makes you happy, and don't stop believing. With that, thank you to all the Blueprint Education staff for supporting and encouraging us every step of the way.
Will the candidates for graduation from Blueprint High School please rise?
Mr. French, on behalf of the staff of Blueprint High School, I have the honor to introduce to you those candidates for graduation who have completed the requirements for high school graduation as set forth by the state of Arizona.
Sandra Armenta Machado.
Sandra thanks her son for being the motivation for her to finish high school. She encourages current students to never give up, no matter what their situation is.
Heidi Blaine.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please be seated. Well, we made it. Good evening to you all. It is such an honor to welcome the family and friends of our 2017 graduating class. Tonight we celebrate their great accomplishments. We celebrate their efforts. But we also want to acknowledge the people, the family, the support systems in their lives that have supported them every step of the way. As we send you off tonight, graduates, to pursue your next journey, we want you to remember that when you leave this stage, you don't just represent yourselves. You represent us. You represent them. You represent our school, and you represent our district. Your success does not just belong to you. You see, you will forever represent who we are as educators. Tonight, you set the bar for what the next class of students will have to achieve. We will sincerely miss you. We will sincerely miss you, class of 2017. We love you. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Erin Horde, and I'm the principal at Hope High School Online. Through Blueprint Education's partnership with organizations in the Scrum and Agile communities, we have come to know many outstanding leaders in our very own Phoenix area. This evening's first guest speaker is a team lead and product owner at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. She is passionate about delivering intuitive digital solutions that provide value to customers and her organization. She is well respected for taking initiative and providing leadership, and is dedicated to continuous personal growth and mentoring others. We are thrilled to have her here with us this evening to share her wisdom with us. Please welcome Anita Islamakic.
Thank you. You did a good job. And, I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, so please bear with me. So thank you so much for this opportunity. It's really such an honor, and I'm so excited to be a part of this event when you celebrate your achievement, one of the big milestones in your life. And the first time I really met some of you and interacted with you is when our company, when our organization organized and hosted a conference, Agile conference, for a group of students from this high school. And they all came to learn from us about how to be more agile and how to apply these principles that they were using for some of their projects. But little did they know is how much they put and inspired us. You were really such an inspiration. And by the end of that conference, what we heard from you guys is, I really want to become somebody. And I really deserve a good life. And you do. You all deserve a good life and bright and happy future. And just you have to be prepared to work hard. To work hard to create that for yourself. Or some of you, maybe may just get lucky. You don't have to work that hard. But that was just kidding. So today, you already achieved the big milestone by graduating high school. And you proved that you are capable of learning, of solving problems, and even dealing with some endless assignments that at some point you really didn't understand and didn't make sense to you. But you stuck with them. You have already demonstrated commitment and determination to succeed in accomplishing a big goal. And just think of that. Think of that if you ever doubt your ability or commitment to earn a college degree. And think of that if you ever doubt your ability to pursue a career that you really want. Because you already proved to yourself that you can do it. You just keep going. So today, instead of sharing some advice that I heard that helped me, I decided to maybe share some of my critical moments that in my life, and some of my statements that were inspired by those moments. So one of those statements is about challenges. So I learned to look at problems and challenges as opportunities, and it wasn't always like that. There were times when some challenges seemed like unreachable mountains. They looked very scary and intimidating and beyond my reach, and I feared them a lot. But one day, I decided to shift my thinking and see my challenge as a new opportunity, and not as an obstacle. And when I made that shift, just in my own head, all of a sudden, instead of fearing the challenge, I started asking myself, how can I leverage this opportunity to be creative and to find ways to figure out solutions, or to learn new ways to accomplish something and to overcome this challenge? And also, if I felt that I needed help, how do I find somebody that will help guide me to that resolution? And when I didn't know if I could come to the United States, I was even 27 at the time, because I didn't know if I could afford to continue college education here. I didn't have money. I didn't have people who would pay for me. I couldn't even get loans. Thank God for that. But when I realized that, I knew that maybe one of the ways that I can do that is through scholarships. So I tried to find any scholarships that I could find, and even those to apply for those that I heard from others. So I spent much effort and countless hours just applying, filling out tens and tens of applications and essays that I needed to submit with those scholarships. And many of them were not awarded to me. And what I knew is that I had to keep going. And I had to keep applying until I get enough money that will pay for my college. And that was my only way. I didn't have any other way around. So that was my opportunity. And that was not the obstacle. I saw that as an opportunity. So when you face a problem or challenge, don't let that scare you and prevent you from reaching your goals. See them more as opportunities in how you find a way to reach your goal. And be confident. Maybe not so confident like when I came first to the United States, and I honestly didn't think I had an accent. And I would just say one word and they would say, where are you from? And then, but you know, that's what it was, you know. And then, back to my statement, the The next one is about perspective. I learned when times get tough and when you hit the wall, instead of feeling down and wishing for things to be different, I remind myself of all blessings that I'm grateful for. It's all about how you look at things and how you choose to put that perspective. So my road was not so smooth and easy, and I bet many of you can relate to that. When I was your age, just about to graduate from high school, the war started in my country, in Bosnia. And it was a terrible war, where we were under siege for almost 4 years. And we were really targets to many bombs and snipers. But that's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the war and the life during the war. What I do want to talk about is how that experience changed my outlook on life forever. It gave me a whole new perspective. I quickly learned at that time, when my dad walks out the door, or when I see a friend on the street, that they may be the last time when I see them. So I better tell them, I better give them a hug and kiss them and tell them how much I love them. Because that may be the last time. And I don't want for that last time to go by and that they would know what they meant to me. I also learned very quickly that how precious some of the basic life needs are, like water, electricity, food. So I also quickly learned what stress really is. That was the stress. And not all those little things that I was really stressing about and that was so irrelevant. So what I told myself through that experience is when this war is over, and if I am still alive, I will never stress out in my life. I will never stress out in my life, only if it's maybe life-threatening. And I'll never throw away food, and I'll never waste water. So that's my new perspective. That was my new perspective. But guess what? Years go by, and life and work challenges happen, and I lose that perspective. I do. So at that time, I learned how to recognize when that happens. And then what I do, I find my reset button, and I push it, and I do the very same thing that I encourage all of you to do. I count my blessings. I do. And I try to bring my perspectives back. Because what you cannot really control is sometimes the things that happen to you. But what you can control is what you do about them. And don't ever forget that. So, just don't be too controlling. Some people don't like it. And then there is a statement about always doing your best and being your best. You never know when someone is watching, and when your actions and behaviors will open opportunities for you. So I'm just going to tell you a very quick story about my husband. He's somewhere here, so I'll try to say some nice things. Several years ago, my husband was really struggling to get a job. He had college degree, but he just couldn't get it. He applied for so many, maybe had some interviews, but just didn't cut it. So while still pursuing his job opportunities in his career field, he got a job as a car salesman. And at first I doubted his ability to succeed as a car salesman because he's calm and quiet. That's his personality. But it turned out that he was really good at that job. Customers recognized his honesty and genuine desire to help. And for one particular customer, he made such an impression that she went out of the way to write a glowing review on Google. And you must be now wondering, okay, where are you going with this? But there is a moral of this story. So now fast forward a year later. And an opportunity for his career job came up, and he got it. But do you know what actually was a deciding factor for that manager to give him a job over another candidate who was as equally qualified? It was that review from that customer a year ago that she made about him. When his manager was doing that review on, was trying to make a decision, he did a little bit more of online search. So, mental note to yourself, be always careful about your online presence. But that's when he came across that interview and that review, and that's what sealed the deal. So the moral of the story is that you always give your best and do your best, even when you don't like it, because you never know when it may pay off. And lastly, the statement about success. And this is maybe one of my favorite. Your success is not always about your accomplishments. I do hope for all of you that you have so many successes. But it's also about making impact on others, making a difference in someone else's life. And that's the kind of success that really brings the biggest reward. I had people who made so much impact on me, and I know that I made some impact on some people. So the most rewarding success to me is knowing that I made impact on somebody. So when I heard from a high school student, when I was sharing my story, how I got through college and how I was collecting all these scholarships, and when she told me that I inspired her to try to do the same, that was rewarding to me. Or when my friend who had high school daughter who was failing in math and her high school graduation was at risk. I'm so glad you cannot relate to that. But you know, I said, hey, you know, I know math. I can help her out. So we decided to give it a try, and we worked really hard for 2 years. And it went from failing to 100% final grade. But to me, it was just helping my friend and her daughter. But I had no idea how I touched that girl and made an impact in her life. And it wasn't really about the grade. It was about her self-confidence, getting that confidence back and really believing in herself again. And when people tell me that some of my stories impacted them and inspired them, that's also my success. So I encourage you, as you go and search for your successes, to also seek an opportunity to make an impact on someone. Some of you made already a huge impact on me, and you all inspired me. And you never know when your kindness and your stories can touch someone and make a difference in someone's life. So in the end, what I really hope for you is that you also see those challenges as opportunities, and that you always put things into perspective, and that you always do your best and try your best and never give up. You never know when that's going to lead you to an opportunity. And I do hope that you'll get a chance to make an impact to someone else and inspire them with your own examples. But also have fun on your journeys. And don't forget to turn around and look back from time to time to remind yourself of where you came from and how far you've come. So I really thank you again for this opportunity. I wish you all the best, and congratulations on your life.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mr. Rodenbaugh, the principal of Blueprint High School. Our next guest speaker is the director of tribal education for Gila River Indian Community. There, he works to inspire optimism and creativity for all members of the community while developing the thoughts of a lifelong learner. We are delighted to have him join us this evening for a few words. Please welcome Mr. Isaac Salcido.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everybody. I'm really happy and proud to be here tonight. I'd like to start by just acknowledging and recognizing the original inhabitants of all these lands on which these buildings are built, primarily the Yakima Ogden people. Tonight, we celebrate this graduation, and you know, this month of May has been really busy with graduations at different places, at different high schools. The community, but by the end of this week, we'll have graduated about 250 high school students at different high schools around the state and across the country. And our families really do have choices where they're going to send their students to high school. And I'm really glad tonight that 3 of our students, Heidi Blaine, Kara Juan, and Kelsey Martinez, chose Blueprint. And we're very happy, we're very proud of you. Tonight, several high schools are celebrating graduations. And when I was invited to come here, I thought that this was a great opportunity. You know, graduation does not signify the end of anything. It actually represents moving on to something else. And tonight as graduates, you know, I remember when I was a high school graduate, sitting in a place much like you, thinking, all right, let's get this ceremony over with so we can go do what we really want to do tonight, wherever we want to go, whatever is going to happen. But you know, also thinking about, so what's next? So where am I going next? What am I going to do next? I encourage you to keep your eyes focused on the prize. Tonight is a great accomplishment. Your families are very proud of you, your grandparents, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your community is very proud of you. I know when I let Governor Lewis and Lieutenant Governor Anton know that I was coming over here, they said to make sure and congratulate you and to tell you how proud they are of you. And in closing, I would just say to all of you, congratulations, you did it. Class of 2017.
Good evening. My name is Mark French. I'm the CEO of Blueprint Education. We operate 3 high schools, Hope High School, Blueprint High School, and Hope High School online. Blueprint Education would like to honor those students whose hard work and achievement have earned them a top place among their graduating class. Students, as your name is called, please stand and be recognized. Paula Carrillo, Navarro. Marcela Dominguez, Hope High School. Jasmine Gomez Campos, Blueprint High School. Yasmin Gutierrez Zamora, Hope High School. Brittany Haas, Hope High School Online. Ariana Hernandez, Hope High School. Emily Huby, Hope High School Online. Alexis Howard, Hope High School Online. Cindy Weezer Lopez, Blueprint High School. Vanessa Martinez, Hope High School. Autumn Mathau, Hope High School Online. Yoki Montes, Hope High School. Angel Perez, Hope High School. Mario Rivas, Flores, Hope High School. Eduardo Riviera, Hope High School. Allison Soto, Hope High School. And Wyatt Thurman, Hope High School. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zoe Lefferts, and I am the registrar at Hope High School. I would like to introduce to you our first student speaker for the evening, Moises Montalvo.
party. It means a lot. It's a lot of love in this building. And like I said, it means a lot. So thank you guys. Okay. We made it, guys. We made it happen this year. We chose to stop taking 5 steps forward and taking 10 steps back. We chose to push ourselves when no one could. We chose to make our parents proud, even though we hate when they drag us out of bed to come on time. Mom, you know what I'm talking about. But we made it. Walking through the doors of Hope my first year, I didn't see much but the weight on my shoulders, the path I had taken, the crowd I wanted to fit in, and the distractions that were in my way. Being a second year senior, I felt like I already failed myself enough to prove myself. I didn't see a future in myself anymore. Matter of fact, most of us didn't even know we wanted to be in the future. I guess that's the $1 million question. Who are you going to be in the future? Will you add a change to the world? Or will you just continue with the world? We started our high school years as kids, still depending on others, looking for an answer. Not knowing whether we'll truly see ourselves in these gowns. But that's the ingredient to pushing yourself. It's not being sure. To pick yourself up, you first need to fall down. To reach for the higher bar, you first need to take a couple more steps. To succeed, you need to know how it feels not to succeed. We hold the future in our hands and get to choose what we desire with it. I cannot thank the staff of Hope High School enough. There's no limit to how great these people are. Mr. Mari, Mr. Mari, I see you. Wow. You see potential in us more than we see potential in ourselves and each other. You see that we're not what we pretend to be, rather than we should. Sorry about that. You see that we're not what we pretend to be, rather than who we should be, ourselves. You taught us to give then receive. If it wasn't for the times you put us on blast and made us stand out in front of everybody, we wouldn't be in these caps right now. Thank you. Hope High School was not only an educational experience, it was also an inner experience. Learning how to get out of our comfort zone. That inner experience teaches us that we're more than we think we can do, that we're capable of thinking and doing big things. Before we celebrate and throw up our gown, I want to say congratulations to all graduates here today, and for those who didn't make it, keep pushing, don't switch up. Get out of your comfort zone because life is what you make it, and you're more talented than you think. We are diamonds, we are rare. Thank you, Ms. Moore, Ms. Zoe, Ms. O'Connell, Ms. Green, Mr. B, Mr. G, Mr. Cook, even though you always took my phone away in class. You guys all gave us a generation, the keys to success. Class of 2017, we made it.
That's my baby. It is now my distinct honor to introduce to you Hope High School's valedictorian for the class of 2017. This young lady has been with us since she was a freshman. She walked through those doors as this shy, wouldn't make eye contact little girl. And I have watched her grow into an amazing young woman. She is so bold, and she makes me proud every time she gets up in front of a room. Please help me welcome and congratulate Miss Marcela Dominguez. I'm going to top Moses and speak.
David Coates said, "Life will happen to you whether you try to guide it or not, so you might as well try to influence the outcome." Everyone has a story to tell, but not everyone is willing to share it. Today, I'm going to tell you part of my story, tell you how the protagonist conquers the trials and tribulations of life. To start, I was born 2 months premature on August 27th, 1999. When I was born, I weighed only 3 pounds, but instead of gaining weight, like a normal baby, I was losing weight. Because I was 2 months premature, my stomach wasn't ready to digest food yet, so I developed a disease called necrotizing enterocolitis, where the food would sit in my stomach and rot. I got so frail and weak that I needed blood transfusions. In addition to everything wrong with my stomach, I also got jaundice multiple times. My family didn't get to take me home for 2 months because of this. As I got older, new problems started to arise. I didn't talk in full sentences till I was 5 years old. And even then, it was with a very heavy lisp. When I moved to Arizona from Washington State, I was treated differently by the kids at my new schools. In short, I was bullied for the entirety of 3rd through 8th grade. It got so bad in 8th grade, in fact, that I self-harmed and considered suicide. But enough with the bad stuff, let's move on to how I conquered the trials, tribulations, and impossibility of life to become who I am today. To begin with, I am not that tiny baby in doll clothes anymore, obviously. I am 5'10" and a half. Not only can I talk, as you can hear, but I can write and I can read 10 books a week when I have the time. And I've certainly come a long way from the little girl who had speech impediment and was bullied. I'm surrounded by my peers today, many of whom have become good friends. I am also one of the first certified Scrum Masters, not only at Hope High School, but in the United States and internationally. With this great honor, I also was one of the 4 students to represent my school at the Global Scrum Gathering in San Diego this April. We were the only high school students present, and we led our own workshop attended by business leaders from around the world. I've recently been accepted into Stray Mountain Community College's Honor Society, and I've earned a fully paid 2-year presidential scholarship to college. Also, as you probably have realized already, I am valedictorian of my graduating class. This all came from my hard work, dedication, and unwillingness to accept the negative fate everyone believed was in store for me at the beginning of my life. Because we all make our own fate, with the help of others, by believing in ourselves and putting the work in to make it happen. In conclusion, even with the odds against me even living, I have achieved what many people dream of doing. In this way, I'm the superhero of my own life. And if this nerd can do it, anyone can. I'll leave you with this quote. Whatever blocks you encounter, you have learned that there is a way over, around, or through them. It is not those obstacles that inhibit your progress, but your confidence and your will to break the inertia of fear and doubt. Thank you.
It is my distinct honor to introduce Blueprint High School's valedictorian for the class of 2017, Ms. Cindy Huizar Lopez. When Cindy enrolled with Blueprint, she had a very clear, no-nonsense focus on graduation. Over the semester, she became a role model, and I no doubt, and I believe that there is no way that other students were impressed and inspired by her hard work. As principal, speaking for both myself and the entire Blueprint High School faculty, we could not be more pleased having had Cindy as a student on our campus, seeing her graduate, and being our valedictorian. So it is with our thanks, admiration, and appreciation. Please.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, administration, and most importantly, the class of 2017. I would like to start off with a quote from Brian Dyson. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. This quote rings especially true for me since I can remember my parents have always encouraged my sisters and I to keep trying, to never give up on what we want in life, and most importantly, to never give up on school. Like so many people, my parents did not have the opportunity to receive a good education, but that did not stop them from giving us what was the best. And above all, ensuring we had an education. Standing here today as my class valedictorian is proof that if you never stop trying, then your situation doesn't have to be the end. I know some of you still don't know whether or not you want to go to college, or maybe you don't even know if you can go to college. My advice, take your time. Don't rush. There is still plenty of time to decide your future. Yes, I know it's hard and you might not want to disappoint your parents, but it's mainly about not disappointing yourself. So don't stress and remember, it's not over. Keep trying.